Now I'm back to do another video. Um, I know sometimes I've been gone for a little while, but it's just when things hit me and it comes to me at the right time. Things that I need to say or something that the Holy Spirit sent to me and showed me. And I just happened to click on this channel just at the nick of time to see things that are happening and what's going on. So I watched this person on a live, and yeah, we're gonna get to it in a minute. Let me do some Palo Santo, and I'm not gonna ring nothing today. I'm not gonna ring no singing bowl, no bell, no nothing. So let me grab this Palo Santo. Hold on, I gotta clear this air and get it right, cause I got some stuff I need to talk to you guys about, and something that was weighing on my mind and my subconscious very heavily. Because every time I woke up out of my sleep, that was the first thing that came to my mind, my thought process, because people are pushing a false narrative, and this is something that's just like not right, you know. Yeah, here we go. So I want to thank my watchers. I want to thank those that have subscribed. I want to thank those that are abroad. If you are watching my channel, please let me know. I'd like to reach my hand out as far as I can, as far as possible. Um, I've been tossing and turning all night about this um, subject. I saw it, I saw this person's video last night. I'm not going to give no names, but I saw this person's video last night. But what I am going to tell you that this person does travel around the world. What I am going to tell you is that this person has probably done a lot for the community. I'm not exactly sure how much, but I've seen some videos of him, you know, doing things for the community. And it's just this false narrative about being a god or goddesses or being a goddess. People are pushing this false agenda about being a god. Let me ask you a question. How long you plan to live? I know the energy, the spirit lives, but this narrative of being created from a god, or sharing a DNA of a god, or these type of things like this. What I'm trying to say is that you're not a god. Well, you can say what you want to say. You know, to me, I'm no god. I'm no god. I don't believe in that, because if you're a god, a lot of things will not be happening to you. Now, I bet at this time that this person was in the hospital with tubes coming out of their nose, was not thinking at that time that they were a god. They were not thinking that they were probably thinking that, oh no, not my time. I'm not ready yet. I got so much more to do. This narrative, false narrative about a god. These beings that call themselves gods, that fell from heaven, or came from earth to heaven. I mean, came from heaven to earth. These shining ones. I mean, these are extraterrestrial beings. These beings are the ones who supposedly genetically engineered humans, given this false narrative about being a god. But really, when it's just alien DNA that some of us have on this planet. Not only that, um, these beings have the means of cloning and transferring a subconscious to another clone body. So this is how they're able to live for thousands of years. But a true being of the Holy Spirit, of the Creator, This being don't have to do that. This being do not have to transfer its subconscious to something else, because this being is almost in every being that is on this planet. So it's experiencing all of these different things at one time. But it's also learning about humans and how humans react and how they react to things that goes on around them. But we are not gods. These people are pushing this false narrative about being gods. How long are you going to live? Thousands of years? Hundreds of years? Because as last I've heard is 120. And this is pushed by a false narrative anyway about 120. Because nothing is guaranteed. No life is guaranteed. There are some don't even make it out of the womb. So pushing a false narrative about being a god is ludicrous, or being a goddess is ludicrous, because you don't have the means to transfer your subconscious to another body. The only thing that can live would be your essence that lives for eternity. But these beings that are making you guys believe that you're gods, you know, these beings are they have the technology to continue to live. But these beings are afraid to go back to source. So these people are pushing this narrative about being a god, which is ludicrous, which is crazy, which doesn't make sense. You're sitting on I don't want to use the word, D word, but you're seeming to be on your way out. At that moment in time, who are you praying to? When you get ill and you get sick and you can't get up, who are you praying to? You still believing that you're a God? Nothing is guaranteed. You're not a God. What needs to be done is surrender. That is the word for today. Surrender to the Holy Spirit, to Source, to the Creator of all things. That is the way. This false narrative about being a god or goddess is ludicrous. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense, because you have no control over your life, when and where and how. The only people that have some type of control are people that have money, the best doctors that man can get. But you're not in control. People say that they're gods, but the only reason why they say that is because if they have money. But they're not gods. You're not in control. And as soon as you learn that, you're going nowhere. I wonder where I get that way of saying that. Until you learn that, you're going nowhere. So until you learn that you're not a God, and until you learn surrendering is the only way to the Holy Spirit, surrendering is the only way to the Creator of all things, surrendering is the only way to Source. Stop running around, talking about history, his his history, his story. Talk about what happened with you that's unexplainable, because it's just his story. That's nothing. Talk about something that somebody can't even believe that this happened. Talk about something that people can't wrap their head around it. Talk about how many times have you been near the D word? Talk about these things. This history, his story, Egypt and all these other places, Mesopotamia and all this other stuff, and over there and Israel and everything else. That's his story. Talk about exactly what the Holy Spirit has done for you and shown you. Because all that stuff, other stuff is just stories. Same thing like in the Bible, it's just stories. But when you start giving your testimony of what's going on with you, what happened with you personally, and stuff that you can't even believe, and stuff that other people can't even fathom of what's happened to you and for you. This is what you need to talk about. This is the narrative you need to push out. The gratitude, paying homage to the Holy Spirit, surrendering yourself to the Holy Spirit, and only talk about that. All of this science and this proved that, this and that. Talk about something that science cannot prove. And the science cannot prove that there's a Holy Spirit. That science cannot prove that there is a creator of all things. Science cannot prove of source. Talk about that. All this Mesopotamian stuff, that's his story. Because at that point, you run around talking about you're a god and this and that, you're a goddess. That's ludicrous. Because basically what you're saying, basically what you're doing is spit in the face of the being that created you. Because you're saying that you're an equal. I'm no equal to the Holy Spirit. But I give my gratitude very highly. And I recognize what it's done for me. And hear the word I said, it. What it done for me. I would not be here. I've had so many near deaths from the time I was 17. From the time I was set out my mother's house, I've been having near death ever since I was 17, all the way up until now. Up until 2022. So please don't get this the wrong way. But you people gotta stop saying that you're gods when you're not. You don't have the technology to transfer your consciousness to another vessel. At this point, when you do that, you're cheating death. And that's not death, it's just a graduation. If you're afraid to go back to source, which these beings are, which call themselves creators of humans, they're afraid to go back to the source because they've done so much corruption. They tinkered with man, and they taught them war and makeup and alluring and all this other kind of stuff. I'm no God. Whether I'm the Lion of Judah, I don't know. But what I can say is that I am the ancestor of the Lyrans because everything shows it. Everything I've experienced spiritually has shown it. I'm sorry. Everything that's showed me about the lion, the spirit of the lion within me. This is what I can talk about. I'm not gonna throw no false narrative about saying I'm a god because that's false. That's saying that I'm just spitting in the face of the Creator. I'm spitting in the face of Source, and it doesn't even have a face, but you know, I'm basically saying I'm better than it. I exalt myself higher than it. We are not gods. And I mean that in a sincere way. Now, you can be a king, queen all you want, but a God, leave that for the extra, leave that for those that fail, leave that for those that, because this is something word that they made up. This God, turn it backwards, it's a beast, dog. But if you're a being of a highly intelligent being, you are a, um, what do you call it? You are a benevolent being. Thank you, Spirit. You can say that. You're a being of light. You know, you're a being of the Holy Spirit. You're a being of Source. You can say that. But don't let these people pull you into this false narrative about being a god or a goddess, because you're making yourself as an equal, and you have no control over when you leave and when you go. You have no control over where you walk to, where you drive to. You have no control over that. A true creator, the true creator, has control over all of it. Your life, everyone's life on this planet, and everyone in the cosmos, for that matter. You have to release control to control your life. Because a lot of you running around here because you have money, you think you have control of your life, but you don't. That money will still be here when you leave. And even then, you know, if when Nibiru comes by and decides to, when Nibiru comes by and bombard this whole Earth, this is probably going to be in smoke anyway. You own nothing. No one owns anything on this earth. This earth doesn't even belong to humans. This earth belongs to the Holy Spirit. This earth belongs to the Creator. Belongs to Source. doesn't belong to us. We're just here for a short time. Just think about it. If something happened to you, what are you thinking about at that time? If something happened to you, that's life or death. I'm sorry, please forgive me, YouTube, for saying that word. What are you thinking about at that time? No, is it not my time? No, it's not my time. Or please, save me. Holy Spirit, universe, creator of all things, source, please save me. Is that what you're thinking? Because at that time, it's too late. And then again, it may not be too late. But when things go bad, that's not the time you do it. You do it all the time, every day, all day. You wake up, you go to sleep, and all you do is give gratitude to Source, to the Holy Spirit. That's what you do daily. Because when something happens and you consider yourself a God, who are you depending on when something happened to you? You got a body there that you're going to transfer your subconscious into? You have this technology that these so-called creators, these so-called gods that's written about in the Bible, the shining ones, the ones that from heaven to earth once came. And they're on their way back. You best believe that. They're on their way back. This is why Putin starts showing the black Jesus, the black Mary. Because these beings are on their way back. But you're no gods. Because when you're on your way out, what are you thinking? Who are you calling on? Who are you calling on to save you? I couldn't wait to do this video. I could not wait, but I had to because I wanted to sit on it. It kind of kept me up, but it didn't keep me up because every time I woke up, that was on my mind. And when I went to sleep, it took me a little bit to go back to sleep, but I went back to sleep and boom, it's up again. It's on my mind. Because people are throwing this false narrative. And a lot of people, they're behind these beings of being their creator, which is all fine and good. That's your people. That's your people. I'm not taking anything from you. I'm not taking nothing from you. By all means. But there are other people that are around listening to you push this narrative about being a god and a goddess. And when things happen to you, who are you calling on? Because it's definitely not them. So I'm going to leave this here. I would say like, subscribe, share, each one teach one. Thank you all for watching. New subscribers and old subscribers, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to get on and speak. It used to be a time, almost 2 years now, that I've been doing this YouTube thing, and I used to be very, very shy about speaking in front of people. And this was before I even was awakened, before I even this was long, long ago. But I wasn't too much into people until up to 2016. And I wasn't too much into getting to video until 2020. I mean, 2022. I'm sorry. But thank all my subscribers. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Um, those that are abroad, thank you. I'm greatly appreciative if you watch my videos. If you are, let me know where you are in the world. And when I say abroad, I mean out from the United States, away from the United States. If you are abroad, you're watching me, please let me know. Let me know where you're watching me from, and leave a comment, in the comment section. Um, you guys take care. Till next time, till the Holy Spirit shows me something. Um, I'll be back. Thank you for listening. Ancestor of Carrying Race and Lyron Race, out.